guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I would love to have you guys join my channel. I talk a lot about homeschooling my kiddos, which are 4 years old and 6 years old, and I have my 4-year-old in preschool, little for preschool like K4, and then my daughter is in 1st grade. So we are having a fun homeschool journey, and I like to share a lot of the things that we do to encourage you guys, just to give you guys some ideas, just to share with you guys kind of like what I'm doing. I am not perfect in any way. I just really like to communicate with other homeschool moms here on YouTube, and I find it very encouraging for myself to keep me accountable, and it gives me something really fun to do for my creative outlet. So that is why I am here on YouTube, and I have taken a really big chunk of time off, which was really long for me, which was a whole month, and I got to enjoy my time for the month of November. My daughter's birthday was in November, and my birthday was in November, and my favorite holiday in the whole entire world was Thanksgiving. So I was able to enjoy time with my family and my friends that came into town, and we just had a lot of family time and a lot of fun, non-stressful times, and I didn't have to record so much. Filming and editing is a lot, and I enjoy it, but it was just great to take a little break. So I am back, and I am up and running, and I want to get back into the YouTube thing because it's really, really fun. So I just want to share with you guys during the Thanksgiving holiday what we kind of did, the things that we kind of put in the back burner for a little bit. So as far as our unit study goes, you guys know, if you watch my 10-week update, we have been doing astronomy, and we are slowly closing that, and we're getting to the end of it, and now we're going to be doing something else. I'm not sure what I want to do, you guys, so give me some ideas now. I have the Indescribable devotional that you guys know I use for animal unit study and astronomy, and I was thinking of doing human body, or I was thinking of doing the earth. So I'm just trying to figure out like what I actually want to do, and I don't know, it's really exciting for me at the beginning of a unit study, because then I get to research and figure out what I want to print out online, what books I want to get from the library, and when I go thrifting, I can look for things that I want to keep for our homeschool library. So it's really exciting for me. I'm going to give myself a few weeks to get it all down, and then when I get like an actual plan in my head and I plan in my planner, I will do a video on our new unit study, because it's really an exciting thing for me, and I really am such a nerd about changing things up. And I think we have gotten to the point of where we've learned lots of the basics of astronomy, and all of the objectives that I wrote in my planner that I had in mind to teach my kids about astronomy. I think we've gotten down to a certain degree, and I'm happy with how it went. Now, I wouldn't say we did everything that I planned. Like field trips, we didn't do as many as I thought. Craft-wise, we have only done like 1 or 2. But as far as like books and information and videos and documentaries, and just them learning the concepts of the solar system and what it's all about, they have definitely surprised me. Even my 4-year-old remembers a lot of the things about different planets, and there's so many things out there on YouTube, and the videos that we've been watching that are educational, it has definitely been something that they enjoyed. And I like the fact that we did the unit study for such a long period of time, because it gave us the ease to flow throughout the day and touch on it every day without having to really put and cram everything in a month. We kind of started in August, I think, for the solar system, and now it's December. So August, September, October, November. Wow, so we've been doing this unit study for a long time. But like I said, I think it went really well because we stretched it out for such a long period of time. And we, not every day we focused on it, but pretty much 4 days out of the week we touched on it and we read books about it. So I think it was like a beautiful way of learning astronomy, and I would suggest if you guys do a unit study and you think that's too much for you, you could always make a mini one. But we've done many unit studies last year and in the past when they're very little, but since my kids were getting older, it was really a fun way to experience a unit study, and I got a kick out of it as well. So I can't wait till I start our new theme in unit study. I'm not sure what I want to do yet. Right now, or in the 15-week update, I want to let you guys know that we stopped the astronomy books and we started reading more Thanksgiving, and we did a morning basket which was really, really fun. And I will link that morning basket up above. But those were all of the resources that we used. We talked about autumn. We read lots of poetry about the fall, and we talked a lot about leaves, and we did a lot of nature things because the weather is a lot cooler here in Florida, so we got to enjoy a lot of fun things and go out into the nature and just really see fall for what it is. Even though our leaves don't change colors, they do fall, and that's what we've really been enjoying. The little mini unit study of Thanksgiving and fall was such a beautiful transition, and now we're going to be going into something new, which I'm excited about. So as far as what happened at our co-op group for the month of November, we had a celebration, an early celebration for Thanksgiving, and we made a lot of fun old-fashioned recipes for what the Pilgrims cooked back in the days when they got off the Mayflower. And we talked about, the leader of the group talked about Thanksgiving and the history of it, and she had everybody assigned to a different pilgrim, and we researched that pilgrim and we got to talk about it, and we also got to make the food for it. So it was such an awesome celebration with the ladies that are part of the co-op, and it was a really, really fun experience. My kids really loved it, and we had some really good smoked turkey as well, which was really amazing. Did you hear that helicopter? Let's let the helicopter pass. So the co-ops have been such a blessing, and I know at the beginning of our homeschool this year, I was talking about it in the first update, and I was not sure what I wanted to do and how we found a co-op and things were changing, and it would be a commitment for me. But as far as the commitment, it's been fairly easy. It's only once a week, and it's not really too much pressure. It's a very casual, laid-back group of ladies, and I am absolutely loving it because it fit really well for our family. And we go to the park for a long period of time for like 4 hours, and the kids get to get their energy out, and it's in the middle of the week, so it works out perfectly for our family so far. And so as far as all the subjects go, I'll go down kind of like how we do our day. So we do Bible devotions, and we've been reading the Jesus Story Bible book, and we have not read the Indescribable devotions because we've stopped the astronomy study. So we are really still reading the Jesus Story Bible book, and we're almost finished with that, and my kids have really been loving it. So I wanted to let you guys know that it is a really good book, and I will link that devotional down below if you want to check out what it looks like on Amazon. I think you can look inside it and see what it's about. I also have like a video on the devotions that we have read, and all of the Bibles that we are using for this year. If you want to check that out, I will link it up above, somewhere up there. And so as far as that goes, the Bible, we're reading the same one. We usually switch it out once in a while to freshen things up. And then as far as poetry, we have been reading The Llama Who Has No Pajama. That is just a very fun one that my kids seem to enjoy a lot. And like the really popular ones, like Where the Sidewalk Ends, and then The New Kid on the Block is one that they really enjoy. I also have been reading a lot of Charlotte Mason books that have been printed a while ago, and I have shown a video on that as well, where they have morning talks and they have poetry, and my kids have been enjoying that. And as far as the picture books that we have in our morning basket, like I said, I did a Thanksgiving morning basket, and I will link that video up above, but we were enjoying lots of fun Thanksgiving books, and we read them like all throughout the month of November and had such a blast reading those. And we're still reading The Farmer Boy, and we have like a quarter more left in The Farmer Boy, and we are still enjoying it. It's just a really rich, good book talking about Almanzo, who is a 9-year-old boy, and he has an older brother and a younger sister and then an older sister. So he has 3 siblings, and he is the main character in the book, and it's talking about him growing up as a 9-year-old boy and how he feels and what he's learning from his dad and how to train animals and how to grow crops and going to school. And then sometimes he doesn't go to school because he's working on his dad's field and he's training the cattle. And it's really, really a fantastic book for those people that are like me, that like the good old-fashioned storyline, and Laura Ingalls is just an amazing author. We have like a quarter left of it, but it's been a really excellent book to read through the holidays because it goes through seasons throughout the book, so it's working out wonderfully. And then as far as our language arts that I do, I usually do it one-on-one with my daughter. Explode the Code is very independent for her, but if it's a little too hard, I will help her out with it. Those are the books that she actually does when she first wakes up in the morning. And then The Good and the Beautiful, I hang out with her on the couch or at my dining room table, and we go over a lesson or two. My daughter is enjoying The Good and the Beautiful still. I actually did a review on that, talking about the pros and the cons, how we liked it, giving you guys like an update on our 10-week update using it. So I will link that video up above for you guys to check that out. I think a lot of people like to see that, to see what we have liked about the book and what we didn't like about it and how I am using it. So if you're interested in that, I will link the video up above for you guys. But we are still doing our sight words, we're doing our spelling words, and she is enjoying that. Sometimes she gives me a little bit of trouble with the spelling words. I try to give her like 3 spelling words a week so she could memorize those words, and I always have them written on my chalkboard so she could see them and visualize them, and whenever she goes into the kitchen, she checks them out and looks at them and talks about them. So I'm noticing that that has been a help. So if you are using The Good and the Beautiful, or you're using any spelling program, having those words, you know, somewhere where they can look at it visually every day on your refrigerator or the blackboard or dry erase board, that helps out a lot, I notice, with my daughter, because she likes to practice. And so we will do that. And then the sight words, she is really enjoying. She kind of like mastered a lot of the letters that they have, so she really feels accomplished, and she like colored in all the animals. Every time you finish a sight word ladder, you color in an animal, so there's really cool incentives that way, and she's really proud of herself. I always have her like check off the little boxes, and she enjoys that. She's been learning the past like 4 to 5 weeks verbs and proper nouns, and the picture study she really enjoys. There's a lot of new concepts that she's learning, some things that she kind of already knows already, some of the sounds, the ARs and the ERs, those things she kind of has already we've already gone over before, but it's always good for review. So there's some new things she's learning and some things she's reviewing, and we're still, you know, trucking through The Good and the Beautiful, and we're still enjoying it a lot. She still likes the reader, and she's been reading the stories in the reader whenever she wants to. I try to make it a point the past month or so, or since we started beginning this language arts program, to sit down with her on the couch and just have one-on-one time and have her snuggle up with me and read the book to me. And whether she reads that reader or not, I always want her to be reading something to me. So for her birthday this month, or for November, she was reading Transformers, the early readers I got for her from thriftbooks.com, and she absolutely loves it. We got it from the library, and then she wanted it, and I found it on thriftbooks.com, and she read that book probably 10 or 15 times, and it's a long book. So whatever your kids are really into, just let them read about it, whether it's Minecraft or My Little Pony. It doesn't have to necessarily be a Charlotte Mason book. I mean, it's up to you because you're the parent, but I think if they're reading something, the newspaper, the magazine, cartoons, signs on the street, it's just a really fun way to see what they like reading. And if they're into Transformers like my daughter is, I try to get into it too and try to understand what the story's all about, and I'll have her tell me about it after she's read it. Just like the books that we read in the readers, sometimes she reads them on her own, and then I'm asking her, oh, you read it? And she's like, yeah, I read that chapter. I'm like, oh, can you tell me about it? Because I like her reading to me, because then I know she's actually reading the words correctly. But one day she read it on her own, which is cool because she really enjoys The Good and the Beautiful reader, and she told me all about the winter story. So that was really fun to see that she actually comprehended everything that she read. The Good and the Beautiful is really such a great program, and now I know why people say they like it so much, because either it works for you, it doesn't work for you, but I think it's an open and go curriculum, which I like, but then you could also put your special touch in it, and it's been working out for my daughter and I. And as far as math goes, we are still finishing up Bob Jones University. We're almost finished. I kind of went through the last part of the workbook, and I ripped out the pages that I want to learn. I think we're just going to be, we were really focusing in November on telling the time, and a quarter past, a quarter before, half past, and all of those things. I really wanted her to grasp the concept of telling time on an analog clock and looking at a digital clock and figuring it out. And so Kumon Telling Time workbook, I thought at first would be a boring book, and it didn't seem that engaging and colorful and a good book, but she went through it and we did every single page, and we just completed the book this week, and she did an excellent job, and I really think she's understanding how to tell time more than ever. So that was our focus for November. Now we're going to be moving on for December, like measuring and just doing a little bit of measuring, and then we're going to get into maybe fractions. I have to see where we're going to go with it. We do have a few little work pages that I have from another first grade book that I want to do, but then I also need to decide if I'm going to go with Bob Jones University for first grade or something else. But we do have Life of Fred, and my friend's going to be giving me the apple one, and I'm going to give her the butterfly one so we could start reading that. So I'm going to just try to feel it out and see what we're going to do. But I definitely like giving her 1 to 2 worksheets in the morning time when she wakes up to get her brain started, and it's a really good exercise for her to do on her own. And I also got a new book from Evan Moore, which I will be doing a review on because they sent me 2 books for my review, and it's a really fun math book where you spend a couple minutes doing it each day, and it's something where it could be a supplement, or it could be something that if you're in a rush and you're going on a field trip or you don't have enough time to do math that day, it's like a little tiny lesson with 5 questions for each day. And every day you get 5 questions, and then it tracks your week, and it tells you at the beginning of the book what concepts you're going to be learning for math. And I will share with you guys, if you're interested, about that book in a later video. And so that has been working out. We just tried it for the first week, and it's really good. It starts off real easy, and I went into the middle of the book, and at the end of the book it gets harder and harder and harder. But I like the fact that it's all independent on her end, and it's a little easy at the beginning so she doesn't feel so frustrated, and it's super simple so she feels like she is doing a really good job on her own, and I really enjoy it. So that is how math is going. I am not sure what I want to do, but I really enjoy Bob Jones University. So I think it's on Amazon for like $31 or so, and I'm just gonna maybe get the workbook and not the teacher's guide. So let me know, you guys, if you guys have used Bob Jones University. Is it necessary to get the guide? And if there's any math programs that you like for your first grader that you've enjoyed, let me know in the comments down below. And now I did language arts and I did math, and I already talked to you guys about what we were talking about as far as history for Thanksgiving. And for art, we've been doing a lot more crafts lately because, I don't know, I've been in the crafty mood with the holidays going on. So we have been doing a lot of things for Thanksgiving, and now we're starting to do things for Hanukkah, and that's a lot of the things that we have been enjoying lately, is just a lot of painting going on in our house. We haven't been using the pastels as much as the beginning of the year, but now we're doing a lot more painting. So I guess we're going through different seasons, and I'm trying to get the kids out of the house playing a lot and going to the parks while the weather is so beautiful here in Florida. It's actually like in the 70s during the day and like the low 80s sometimes, and the other night it was 55 degrees. So for us Floridians, it's super cold, and I'm trying to take advantage of the fall months and the winter months and go outside a lot more because it's so beautiful. So those are the updates that I have for you guys today. I'm looking at the time, it's about 17 minutes. And so I hope you enjoy listening to my updates. And let me know again, I want to ask you guys, since I'm doing these updates, is this something that you like to hear? Like to hear our progress, like to hear our updates? Give me a thumbs up so I know that this is something that I should be doing on an ongoing basis. This is the 3rd update that I have done, and so far I think you guys have been liking it. So thank you guys so much for listening. I would love to hear from you guys and hear how your homeschool week has been going. I hope it's been a good one, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.